so that in half an hour, I will be a part of the Ladomus Gaming Dynasty Empire.
Dominion. It's just something we do when someone new joins the family.
A game.
You shot the maid.
Does she look like she's wearing a giant white wedding dress, Emily?
Sacrifice.
Did you just miss some game? As soon as the movie starts, we are shown a palace where an injured man was trying to hide from someone because someone had hit his body with a saw. In this palace, there are posts with labels everywhere. There were also two small children who were silent to anyone, and both of them were brothers. The name of the younger child among these children was Alex. Alex's brother hides him in the grave. But then the injured man comes there, and he is Alex's brother. He asks for help from Alex's brother. He shouts to all the people in the house to help him. Then, everyone comes to the screen and drags the injured man with them and beats him brutally. A lady is shouting to save this unknown man. After the incident, 30 years go to Gujar, where a girl named Grace is Alex is the same small child we saw 30 years ago who is now grown up, and it was a very rich family, while the deep and flamboyant congratulations were given to Grace, and they both loved each other very much, but due to the incident that happened 30 years ago, Alex was not happy with his family, but it was a different relief. Before Alex's brother tells Grace that you have the last chance to refuse marriage because our family is not good. Here Grace does not understand anything but is surprised when Mix tells him to talk to her. He says that the people in my family are completely different and strange, but Grace says that I love you very much. By writing, father did not like Grace because he was a polyglot and was good at French, but he wanted to marry because of this. Due to this, the Englishman came back and married her for money. But then Grace and Alex got married. When they were in their room, Alex's aunt was watching them from a secret door, hiding in the garage, watching her. Lip's auntie tells her that everyone is waiting for her and saying this. She leaves from there. And Alex tells Grace that whenever a new member comes to our family, he should be informed at 12 o'clock in the night. There is a game to be played and you have to select a card, and whoever comes on the card, we will play the same game. He tells that our family earned a lot of money by playing such games, and since then, it has become a tradition in our family. Grace is very surprised to hear all these things, but she asks if the game is as important as mine. Then Alex says that no, you just have to play this game. When Alex comes down, his father asks him that you have done it. What has he told in the game? But he says that I have not revealed the secret yet, nor will I ever tell him. After that, with the help of Alex, Girish talks to him, which makes Girish very happy. Because she had been living alone all her life, there was only the help of Alex, who liked Grace, and then Alex's sister is also there with her children and husband. Then they take Grace to a room, and this room was only for family members, and no one was allowed to go here because there were many types of weapons. Lying there, Grace was scared seeing all this. But at the same time, she also saw a picture of a man. But Alex's father tells her, don't be afraid, he is my father. Along with this, he also tells Grace about his family history and the game's elder, that this tradition was started by my father many years ago. One day, my father is a lively man, whose name was Laven, where both of them played a card game for many hours, in which my father won the game. Laven gave his mysterious books to my father as a gift, and said that your coming generation will be even more rich and successful. The only thing to be done is that whoever comes through this box will have to play the game. After that my father created the entire society of India, and now he has a complete team of India. That is why whoever is a new member in this family, he will get the box. We will have to play games through this, and the games which we have not played, he said, only Belle will tell us about Alex's shivling games, which came to him at his time. Grace, after reading this box, cards come out, and the game which came on the card is the whole family became completely silent after seeing this card. Alex's father told Jodi G to hide Grace, and the whole family will search this country. But all this was not going well with Crush, but what should he do? Knew how mysterious this game is. Then all the cameras and doors are blocked, because they were following the rules of the label. Then a music is played there, and all the members of the house are ready with their weapons. Then as per tradition, the is started. Now because Alex did not want to play this game, he goes and sits in a room where Alex's sister was keeping an eye on him so that he can help Grace. Grace goes into an elevator and runs away, and all the family members start looking for her. When Alex's sister goes to talk to her, they see that Alex has secretly run away, and then Grace runs out of there because she was having a hard time sitting there, but then Alex comes from behind and takes Grace to a room. Both of them go into this room and become silent. But then hearing the sound of his footsteps, she gets mad because he is a mate. When she was taking care of Grace, she heard the footsteps and ran into the room where Alex and Grace were hiding, but then Alex's sister shoots her. She comes and hits the maid straight in the eye, taking out her eye. Seeing that there is a cast outside, Grace is very scared, and then the rest of the family members also come there, and they are discussing where the dead body should be kept as soon as possible, because if he sees this, he will come to know the reality of his family, whereas Grace has seen all this, and has also come to know about the family. Alex's brother asks his aunt if this is the blood account. As soon as the morning comes, Niven tells us all very much kill Dale in a bad way. Gracie overhears all this and understands that this family is trying to kill me, so Alex tells her that we have to get out of here as soon as possible. This is necessary for us, Alex. This also tells that the card you had selected is very dangerous. Hidden key means it is not like normal hide, but you will hide and your family will find you, and if they find you then it will kill you. And her family believes that if they do and kill you then they will kill them by morning. Alex says that I will open the doors of the kitchen so that you can run away from there, but as soon as she is going towards the kitchen, it happens that all the members of the house see her. As soon as they see Grace, they all follow her, but here Grace very cleverly runs into the room to save her life. Then Alex's brother comes there and Grace helps him. Alex's brother tells Grace that he does not want to kill you at all because you are my brother's wife and he loves you very much. He says that you have only 3 seconds, run quickly. This is the role of the game. The idea was that whoever saw Grace should call the rest of the family members there, so that all the family members together would kill Grace. You have only 10 seconds, run away quickly. As soon as 10 seconds are over, Grace should run away from there. Alex's brother calls out to all the family members, and they all get angry at Alex's brother that, why didn't you rock Grace? Then Alex's father decides to find Grace with the help of cameras, but then he sees that Alex is in Yamrad's room in which all his friends have been revealed, but despite that, Grace did not run away from there because Alex's uncle was there and he tried hard to seduce Grace, and there was a lot of fighting between them, but Grace, after injuring her, Alex's father runs away. Cameras break the door of Rome and come inside and make Alex unconscious, and he is restrained with a handcuff. After that, to hide Grace, he is thrown in the elevator again, but there already her maid was hiding and she was shouting and telling everyone that Grace is here, but then her garden lift gets stuck and she dies in a very bad way. But here comes a tweet from Alex. Auntie was none other than the same lady whom we saw in the beginning of the movie, who was shouting at her to save the injured man, and that injured man was her husband who became a victim of this game. She would have been telling Alex's father, this sacrifice is only for those whom he selects. First of all he selected me, and now he has made Alex so that he can sacrifice his wife. Grace is in running form and she is already in the form of Alex. Gray thinks that perhaps this child is hiding here out of fear, so she tries to talk to him, but the child shoots Grace. Seeing this, Grace crosses the street. Grace gets angry and she beats this child 5 times and makes him unconscious, and herself falls into the basement of Animal Farm where there were many red bodies lying, and this was the raid post of the people who were responsible for this game. He became a victim, which means that he had already killed a lot of people. Somehow, the British got out of there, after which a song got into his hands, due to which he got more injured and he suffered a lot. She is in pain, and after running away from there, she gets help from a vehicle, but they do not help her. Then, to save her life, she runs into the forest and hides behind a tree, because Alex's uncle is chasing her. He was doing work and reaches there, but Grace connects him with a wire and leaves the place with the car. After this, Grace calls the operator and he asks to connect the line to the police number, but the operator says he realizes that he cannot have this time, and now Grace was stuck there. Then Alex's uncle goes there and he makes Grace unconscious, puts her in the back seat of the car, and then he makes a video call to Alex's father and tells the Pori family that I have caught Grace, you should quickly prepare for the sacrifice. But then Grace regains consciousness and attacks him, due to which the car loses its balance and it hits a tree. Grace gets back into an accident which causes Alex's uncle to die on the spot. Grace backs her up in an accident. When she gets thrown out and starts running away, Alex's brother comes there, where Grace asks for help from Alex's brother, but this time he doesn't help her. Instead, he makes her unconscious and takes her to the palace, because her father was keeping an eye on her, and just as Alex's father is about to kill Grace, they all start vomiting on the phone because Grace's brother had mixed poison in her drink, and taking advantage of the opportunity, he frees progress and also helps her to escape from there. Then his wife is there and shoots him. Seeing this, Grace gets very angry. Alex comes to his senses and she beats his wife and makes him unconscious. Alex also regains consciousness and is running away from there when Alex's father comes there and he tries to do it, but Grace saves him with a lamp. But as soon as Grace goes a little further, Alex comes to help her and tries to do it, and she angrily tells Grace that you don't deserve our family. Here too, Grace gets very angry and there is a big fight between them. Then the box of navel gets stuck in Grace's hand, due to which she hits Alex's mother and kills her in a very bad way and says that you, and not only your family, deserves me. Alex is also there and he sees everything with his own eyes, how badly Grace killed his mother, due to which Alex loses love for Grace in his heart, and there is a change. Now he himself falls and takes Grace to his family. On this, Alex himself was going to kill Grace, but as soon as Alex is about to do it, she moves to the side, but the knife falls on her shoulder, and despite that does not lose courage, because this time she was very aggressive. But then he sees that it is morning, and after seeing this he starts hiding everyone, because he believed that now all of them will die, but now because something like this, if it doesn't happen, that is, if he doesn't die, then he becomes quite surprised, and says that no matter what happens now, we will not leave this girl Grace alive because she has known the reality of our family. Then Alex's auntie comes with an axe. Before they could kill him, they got blasted and died in a very bad way, which meant that whatever they were saying was absolutely true, and the rebel was now killing everyone one by one in a very bad way, and one by one they start getting blocked in a bad way, and everyone goes crazy. Alex's sister tries to go out with her children, but she also gets blasted. Alex's brother is late in picking up the level box, and I want to say that you have no right to kill me because I have always played this game by following the rules, but then that too gets blasted. Now, there were only children like Grace and Alex. Now why did there Grace were so many sorries? She had tolerated the pain, so she did, and care who was alive and who was dying, but she was very happy to see this condition of this family. Then Alex apologizes to Grace that I did this to you, but Grace says that no, I will not forgive you, because I want a divorce. And as soon as she takes off the color and wears it on Alex's face, Alex also gets completely upset. And then the whole house is in trouble today. The whole palace is burnt. A glimpse of the label is seen in this today, and it has won the grace of inferiority towards this point, and this is where